No invites, man. Fuck. That's better. I get a drink. One month to go. 1 month. 1 month exactly. 1 month to go for me. I've waited 7 months. They adjourned the case for 7 months. That's basically the death knell of anybody's case. It's good for the other side, but it's no good if you're the one that's pursuing. They've just adjourned you for 7 months. So a whole lot of time before you're able to go back. And this happens to a lot of men. We go through the process, we do it all legally, we do the courts, and they will just tie you up in court. And before this 7 months, there was a 5-month adjournment because they wanted to do a report. So, of course, they take their time, and that was 5 months adjournment. So after 5 months, I finally got to go into court. I'm there for no more than a few minutes, and it's adjourned again for 7 months. So it's been 6 months. It's like counting the days off, boys. It's like counting the days off, counting the weeks off. Another month, another month down, another month down, another month down. I've got one more month, one more before I can go back in and get absolutely hammered, get absolutely throttled. I'm going to get drawn, quartered. I'm going to get hung. I'm going to get absolutely annihilated, like totally, because I'm the man. I swear to God, I'm going to get absolutely hammered. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try, just keep trying. But yeah, men face this. There's 1,000 of me. The court runs, 5 days a week, non-stop. So, every 15, 20 minutes, there's another case. So there's that many people going through all this. And a lot of it was men, a lot of it is men. But they're able to make an arrangement. The woman, I didn't see any of the women keeping their children away from their father. They were just trying to come up with the arrangements. Like none of them withheld the children, none of them. So I've got that one. I've got the one that's just not going to do anything that's that's in the orders. And for some reason, because you're a man, it's going to be your fault every time. Every time you walk in, whatever it is, it's going to be your fault. I swear to God, it's going to be your fault. And they don't need proof. That's the other big thing. Thank you, whatever it is. They don't need proof, viewer. That's where I've really learned a lot, okay? Whereas in, giving the benefit of the doubt to the lady, rah-rah, yeah, no, mate, no. I've been through it where they will absolutely accuse you of absolute rubbish that didn't happen, that you never did, and you'll stand there flabbergasted, like where did they pluck that out of? They just plucked it out of the air, and you have to answer to it. You have to answer to it, and you'll say to yourself, how did I You know what I mean? Like, how do you prove something that didn't happen? Far out. Like, what other hurdle have you got to go through? What other box have you got to tick? I say to the gentlemen that are going through this, it's everything but see your child. It's everything but speak to your child. It's everything but have any contact with your child. It's everything but. So they will overload you with stuff for you to do in order for you to qualify in the family law court to see your child, for you to qualify. And you've got to tick all the boxes in a time period. You've got to have it done and hand it into the court. And if you don't have it done, mate, that's it. Your case doesn't go any further. Okay? Like they really, for a man, yeah, they really put I mean, I was doing 2 courses in 1 week to try and get it done, because one of these courses is nearly 4 months. It runs for 4 months. 4 months every week in order to pass, which was the men's behaviour course. Men's behaviour course. The worst experience I've ever had, ever, other than getting, divorced and not seeing my child. But that's right up there, is the men's behaviour course. Horrible, horrible, horrible to go through, okay? Yeah, I went through all of that, Shelley. And now I've got my own little place, Shelley. You're so happy for me? Yeah, I'm so proud of me, right? Because that's exactly what I went through. And here I am now in a little 1 bedroom. I've got my own little place. It's opposite the beach. I've got a lot of positives. I've got a lot of positives. I live 15 minutes away from my daughter. It's not like I live on the other side of the city, or, I'm trying to accommodate in order to see my daughter, in order to be a part of her life, so I can take her to school and pick her up from school. And I don't live miles and miles away, and I live across the road from the beach. But they were hard times. Because I didn't understand what was going on. Like I've never experienced this before in all of my dating, and I was married before for 20 years. I know what marriage is. I know what a wife is. Okay? I know where we screwed up. Yeah? So I know what's real and what's fake. And that's what was getting me at that time, that I was going through that, but this is supposed to be the one person that is on your side. And the whole time they're not on your side. They want you out, buddy. Fucking out. Fucking yeah, man. They wanted that shit out, man. They didn't want to be a part of nothing. They had their own little plan, going afoot, bro. They had their own little schedule and works. You know what I mean? They had plenty of plans, mate. Plenty of plans. And we haven't seen Echo since. I don't know if you remember little Echo, mate, but the stream ended when Echo came home from school. 3 o'clock the stream ended, and we didn't go back online until, 8 o'clock at night when Echo was in bed. We never filmed much of the Echo, only playing hide and seek or something like that, a couple of times. I kept her privacy, as much as I could. But we haven't seen her in 4 years. 4 years. Like, it's incredible. I don't know what to tell you. I've done my best, man. I have turned up to every court. I've turned up to everything, mate. I've completed all of their courses. I've done everything they've asked me to do. It appears to me that all you need is fake accusations. You don't need any proof of anything. You just walk in and you just say, he did this, he did this, he did that, and everybody believes you. Everybody believes you in the court. My own lawyer believed her. My own lawyer believed her. And it wasn't until I pointed out, hey, hang on a minute, mate. You've just shown me, he showed me an AVO. And I'm like looking at this AVO and I'm thinking it's impossible. I have no contact with anybody in 8 years. 8 years. None. And I'm allowed to have my own opinion. We live in Australia. I'm allowed to tell people about my life. That's not illegal. So to have any kind of squash on me was amazing to me. I didn't know how to take it. But we haven't seen or heard from, mate. We've got a lovely aiding and caring report, viewer. A wonderful, the last time I seen my daughter and how we interacted together and how we played and talked and laughed. And my daughter asked about her dad afterwards. And, it's part of the private contact centre. And you pay for that service, and then afterwards you can pay an extra and you can get a report done, and they make a report about what happened between you and your children on that visit. And you really do need that if you're a man. You really do need that, guys. The woman, I don't know, I can't speak about, but for the men, you need that report. Every single time you visit your children with a private contact centre, you need a report done. And it's $330 extra. You've got to pay extra, okay? The visit was $860 for the visit for 2 hours. And then if you want a report, it's $330 for the report. So you've dropped nearly $1,200, mate, in the 2 hours for the visit for your child, okay? But it's worth every minute of it. It really is. My daughter, yeah. Just don't ever give up. Just don't ever give up. Keep filing your paperwork. Keep doing what you have to do. I ran out of money. I had a job. I had it all organising my life, moving on, as they call it. And then I realised I didn't qualify for family legal aid, for family law court. I didn't qualify because I had a job. So I got into an argument at work, got fired, went straight on the legal aid, and that's how I was able to progress my case. Otherwise, I'd have no chance at all. Your paperwork means nothing. I can tell you that, gentlemen, that your paperwork, whatever you've got, whatever court order you got, means absolutely nothing. What are you going to do? Have a think about it. There's not many options for a man. The only option you have is to go back to court, and you have to file more paperwork. So all of this time, the person will ignore the court order, and you will not see your children. You won't speak to your children. There is no Father's Day, Christmas, school holidays. There's absolutely nothing. Your child is told an imaginary story about you. You're this, you're that. I mean, one of my daughters was told her I was in jail, right? And called me up and said, when am I getting out of jail? And I said, well, you can't call Dad in jail, darling. Is this and this? We're talking to an 8-year-old. Like, how dare you tell her anything like that kind of thing? That's terrible. And I said to her, no, don't worry about that. That's, Daddy's never done anything. But these are the things that they will do.